My arm was outstretched like this. Every time my head broke through the surface of the water, I would scream before I would be swallowed back down again. My lungs were screaming, my nostrils were flaring, and the only thing running through my mind was, "Someone help me! I don't want to die!" I was only 6, my little feet aching as I tried my hardest to bounce off the floor of the pool, hoping to take a tiny mouthful of air. And by the time my mom had finally noticed and pulled me out, I was coughing violently and choking as I vowed to never touch the watery abyss again. I was scared. I turned 15 on 18 March this year. That's 15 years of being alive on this planet. And in these 15 years, I've learned a lot. I can run, I can jump, I can skate, I can bake a butter cake in 30 minutes. However, there is one thing I can't quite do though. Swim. I can't swim. The biggest lie that my mom ever told me was, "Swimming is easy lah, you can learn it in one afternoon." No, it's not easy. Listen, if someone were to throw me into a 1.6 meter pool right now, I would die. Now this means a lot to me. I can't swim, so I won't be able to save myself. So my mom doesn't let me go to beach parties with my friends. Though she does carry the very valid concern of my friends throwing me into the pits of the ocean and my last breath being, seawater. But that's horrible. I really want to go to beach parties with my friends. So what is stopping me from going to a really cool beach party? Fear. I'm scared of water. Not quite. I'm scared of drowning. See, in my 15 years of being alive, I've drowned about at least 11 times, give or take. And you might be wondering, why don't I just sign up for swim classes? Well, you can ask the 5 swimming coaches that gave up on me. Every time I get forced to attend swim classes, I would always give up halfway and refuse to progress any further. Sure, I can kick in the water, blow bubbles underwater. I can even fly like a starfish in the water. However, every time I got to a critical part, I would be terrified. Fear would immobilize my body, and I would completely reject the idea of swimming so much that it was a mutual agreement between me and my coaches to give up and just come again when I'm ready. This made me realize the power and control fear holds over us. It's terrifying and peculiar. Why does something intangible like this hold so much power over us? Fear isn't something I can just grab and throw out the window. It's not physical. Then why are we letting something that's not physical forge barriers that we seemingly can't cross? So to start off, what even is fear? By definition, fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by the threat of fear, danger, or harm. But to me, I think fear is so much more. To me, fear is just a really misunderstood friend. Friends, your lovely protection from the terrifying idea of loneliness. Now, I want you all to picture this scenario that you might have already went through before. Have you ever went out by yourself? It's awkward, isn't it? Now, imagine you're going to McDonald's alone. You finally squeeze through the crowd and you finally find a seat. Now you should go order your food, right? But wait, who's gonna chop the table if no one's gonna be there to chop for you? You don't have a tissue paper, you don't have a water bottle, and you can't just leave your phone and your wallet on the table, can you? Okay, whatever. Let's just say you managed to find yourself a seat after ordering your food. Now you're stationed in the corner of McDonald's, uneasily chewing on your fries as you wonder, what if I bump into someone I know? Would they think I'm a loser with no friends? Am I a freak? How's my hair? Do I look okay? This is so awkward. I just want to go home. Friends play such an essential role in building your self-confidence. Friends, however, take time and patience, and many of us forget this, but the first friend they should ever have should be none other than yourself. Be comfortable with yourself. Be your own friend, your own pillar of support. You need to learn to befriend every aspect of you, your strengths, your weaknesses, your fears. And once you nail down this concept, you will realize that being alone by yourself will start to be your confidence, and sitting alone at McDonald's isn't so bad anymore. You will learn to enjoy your own company, and it is just such an important skill that many of us forget. And once you get used to it, you will be begging to go out alone, that nice and quiet silence, enjoying your own company. No one is there to disturb you, just you and your thoughts. Seriously, why go out with your friends when you can just go on a solo date? And if you're still worried about someone taking your seat when you're ordering food, let the experienced and professional solo dater help you. Just use a phone case. It works every time. Like really, if someone were to steal your phone case, that would be really embarrassing for them. Well, okay, so how did I learn this magnificent phone case trick? How did I learn to be comfortable with myself? How did I find the strength to overcome my fears and find strength in being alone? Time and patience. Time and patience to befriend my fears. Time and patience to accept that fears are a part of me. And time and patience to explore and learn about myself until I'm comfortable with myself. And until I've peeled apart the super glue between the very distinct ideas of being lonely and being alone. Now, of course, just like how you get to know your friends, you need to know your fears before you face them. Friends come in many different shapes and sizes, so take a moment to properly define your fears. What's making you so scared? Do you have to be scared? Now, what's important in overcoming your fears is picturing. Picture your goals vividly. Let's use me as an example. The fear of drowning is haunting me. I can't swim because of this. But should I really be fearing a life skill? Now picture this, me dipping my toes into the cool waters and running my fingertips along the golden warm sand. Wow, I like that. Wow, am I really letting the silly fear stop me? Fuel yourself by picturing your goals. Picture yourself standing proudly next to your fears. Fear is your pivotal starting point, which will lead you to greater heights. After all, what's important is the desire to improve, which stems from fear. And maybe one day you'll be able to describe your fears using past tense. Use your fearful experiences as sources for your personal growth. Another important factor in overcoming your fears is being ready. Remember, I had 5 swim coaches give up on me because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to embrace this fear. I wasn't ready to accept change. Okay, listen, if you're going to embark on a journey unprepared, you should just give up. Why commit halfway? You're only going to be wasting time, effort, and resources. Now this begs the question, how can you be ready? Remember when I said that fear is your misunderstood friend? Well, great, because now they're not only your friend, but they're also your patient. And now you're the mad scientist that's about to operate on them. You can't operate on a kidney if you don't even know what it looks like. Fear is composed of so many different factors that it may be overwhelming to just even look at it. Fear can exist as anxiety. Anxiety as my hands refuse to leave the sides of the pool. It can exist as distress. Distress as I feel my feet being unable to touch the floor of the pool. And even pressure. Pressure of saying no to my friends when they invite me to go to the beach. And all of these components can add together to this smoke of irrational fear. But remember, all of you are mad scientists and surgeons. Take a step back and dissect these fears into its core components. Focus on each part one at a time. So for me, the fear that prevents me from learning how to swim stretches beyond just the fear of water and beyond just being scared of drowning. I'm scared of swim coaches accidentally twisting my legs in the process of trying to get me to kick properly. I'm scared of wasting money on swim classes just to return home drenched and still not knowing how to swim. I'm scared of the pressure of being already 15 and still not being able to swim, while my 5-year-old cousin is there swimming like a fish. I suffer the pressure of saying no to my friends when they invite me to the beach parties. It's all so overwhelming that I forget that I have this power to conquer these fears, and I decide that it's not worth it, and I should just leave this to another day. Now that sounds familiar, doesn't it? A lot of times we forget that we have the ability to challenge ourselves, but fear renders you useless. So you really need to break down these many elements of fear and start attacking them. Swim coaches twisting my legs? I'll just kick them in the face before they can. Money? Not a problem if I get my mom to teach me instead. Free swimming classes. So push aside these tiny, small, conquerable challenges. Remember, you are a surgeon. Pluck off that worry, cut off that anxiety, and scrape off that pressure. And you will realize that this fear is just a tiny piece of clay that you can mold into something so much more to build yourself. Remember, you are a surgeon and every surgeon has a sidekick. No one asks you to do this alone. Now remember, who will always be by your side? Family. Family will always be by your side. So during the June holidays, I took some time out to learn how to swim. Of course, I can't preach about conquering your fears if I never actually tried to do so myself. My 5 swimming coaches may have given up on me, but my mom certainly didn't. Our relationship is built on trust and love. I trust my mom. I trust that she won't drop me if I were to sink a little bit too far in the water. I trust that she wouldn't give up no matter how much I thrash and talk about wanting to give up. And I definitely trust that she won't break my legs in the middle of trying to get me to loosen up. But no one said that you had to do this alone. And in case any of you are wondering, yes, I can swim now. I may not be as proficient, but that's not the point. The point is that you are not alone. I was able to let go of the sides of the pool and push forward into the waters, my best friend Fear watching over me and cheering me on. And no one ever said it had to be your family, it just had to be someone you trusted. And your best friend Fear is always waiting for you. Now remember, fear has so much potential. It can have the potential to break you, shatter you, paralyze you, crumble you into nothing. But it also has the potential to craft you to become the best version of yourself. It can push you to greater heights. It is proof you are human. I am human, I am scared, and I am brave. So stop hiding from your fears. Walk alongside it. Let it guide you. Step out of your comfort zone. Break through. Have your hands outstretched like this, ready to embrace your fears.